Okay, welcome to Soupstone at home. Like literally at home, in my home. It's been a really weird kind of few weeks since we shut down the cafe. I haven't been terribly inspired. I had a bit of the COVID. So it's been a weird month. But today I was on Instagram and a video came up for Jacques Pepin. He's a famous kind of French cook. Who mostly was in America in the 80s, coming up doing TV shows in the very beginning when they first started out. A lot of people wouldn't have heard of him, but he's very popular. And he's doing a lot of stuff on Instagram now where he goes and does his little thing with his accent, and he makes these simple dishes and they're delicious. And I really like him because he takes weird stuff like that you just have in your fridge, your cupboard. He does all kinds of things with canned tuna. Just really simple foods. So today he was making a New England clam chowder. We're in Denmark, there's cream in it, so I thought that would be perfect. I call this a Super Brooksen special. Everything that I've got here is from Brooksen, and you can easily make it within about 15-20 minutes. So I've got about half a cup of bacon that's going in. It doesn't matter what kind of bacon you use. You can use streaky bacon. You can use rogette bacon, the smoked bacon, and just chop it up into cubes. Whatever you do, just keep it chopped up into little pieces, not too big. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you put in more or less or whatever. This is really one of those idiot-proof recipes that you can't screw up. So it's a clam chowder, but today when I went to Brooksen, I missed going to the fish shop. And they didn't have clams. They didn't have frozen clams. They didn't have clams in cans, is what Jacques Pepin would use. But they didn't have that, and I couldn't get fresh. So instead, I got one of those little seafood mix packs. It's like just 300 grams of seafood mix. I just put it into the sink and defrosted it in 5 minutes. And I separated the liquid and the seafood because I don't want to overcook the seafood. So I'm going to use the liquid first. And then I'm going to pop in the seafood afterwards. So the bacon is brown-ish. Maybe I'll have to cut a little bit. But that's pretty brown. I'm going to go in, there was 1 leek, chopped and washed. I put in 1 onion. You don't need the onion with the leek. It's not necessary. At Brooksen now, you can buy just the 1 leek by itself. Use the green part, use the white part, use all of it. Just make sure you wash it well. So that's all going to go in. And I also, just for, as we say in Canada, for shits and giggles, I had some Brussels sprouts in the fridge. So I just chopped them up really fine and I threw them in. I can't imagine that it's going to go badly. Bacon and Brussels sprouts is always a winner. And then I've got, the recipe only called for 1 garlic, but I put in 2 because I like garlic. So I'm going to put that in as well. Just chop fine, or you can use one of those pressy things. It's up to you. So that's all in. The recipe actually asks for fresh corn as well, but the corn is like the seafood. We'll put that in at the very end because we don't want to overcook it. Corn wasn't available. Sorry, COVID. Corn wasn't available at Brooksen. So I went and got one of these canned corns. No problem. But if you're going to get the canned corn, I suggest that you buy the most expensive one that you can find and the freshest one. Don't get the cream corn and don't get the sweetened corn. Just find as natural a corn as you can get. So we're going to put that in afterwards. The recipe also calls for jalapeno. I tasted this jalapeno beforehand just to see how much heat there was in it. I think it's a Danish jalapeno because it tastes like a green pepper. So I'm going to put in a whole jalapeno, which isn't going to do very much for me. But because the jalapeno was mild, I'm going to put in some chili flakes as well. It's a seafood dish, so it shouldn't be crazy spicy. If you want it to be spicy, then make it spicy. But it shouldn't be crazy spicy. So I've just put in a little bit of chili flakes with the jalapeno. I couldn't get the clam juice again, so instead I'm just going to throw in a, what do you call that, bullion, fish, a fish bullion or bouillon. That's going in. And already that's really nice, just the smell of that, the leeks and the onions and the bacon, it's really, really good. I'm gonna throw in the potatoes. These are just leftover potatoes that I had in the fridge. And I think there's about 1 kilo of potato here. So one whole leek, about 1 kilo of potato. It doesn't matter if it's less or it's more, it's not a big deal. Just get it all in there, you can't go wrong. It's all coming together nice. I'm going to put in the jus from the seafood mix, so that's going to go in. I'm also going to have a little bit of wine, rosé. I'm going to put in, so this is all the vegetables and a little bit of the stock that's in there. I'm going to put in one tablespoon of flour. And I'm just going to put it over top of everything like that. Maybe 1.5. So that's going to go in. We'll give that a stir. If you forget, COVID, if you forget to put the flour in before you put the liquid in, then just strain some of the liquid off and just mix it in a little bowl on the side and then put it back in again. It's just a bit of a thickening agent. And this is quite cool because from a soup stone point of view, like we're known for never using cream. I had never put cream into any of my soups. I really try not to. But again, this is like a really kind of hookah, natural, just simple homemade dish, and it needs cream. So it's gonna get it. So the flour is in there. I'm gonna go in with about 500 milliliters of water. And a general rule of thumb, because like I said, I haven't been giving you like totally correct measurements of everything to be perfect, but a rule of thumb, especially when you're making soup, whether you're using chicken stock or whether you're using water, it doesn't matter what you're putting in. If when you put the liquid in after doing the vegetables or the meat or whatever is in there, you need to cover what's in the pot and then like a little bit more. So if you put the water in and it's not even covering the vegetables or the meat that you have in there, then you don't have enough. This is very close to not being enough, so I'm gonna add some more. So that's another 300 milliliters I'm going in with. That'll be fine. If it doesn't work out, we can always add some more water afterwards. Here's my seafood. Here's my cream. Here's my corn. Those are not going to go in until this has been boiled. So I'm going to have a little rosé break. I'm going to wait for this to come up to the boil, and then we'll be back to finish off the soup. Good? One thing I totally forgot is when I did the onions and the leeks, I should have put in some salt. My bad. I'll do it now. So I'm going to put in sorry, COVID. I'm going to put in two pinches of salt. Jesus, I'm dying. 2 pinches of salt. And then I'm going to go in with some pepper. I do have some fresh pepper somewhere, but I'm just going to use this for now. So put in a good amount of pepper. I'm going to give this a little taste to see what's going on here. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to leave that from a salt point of view. I'm going to leave it as it is. So the 2 pinches of sea salt were good. I'll come back when it's time to put the seafood in. Okay, that's come up to a boil now. which is what we want. It's only been a couple minutes. So far, my video time is 12 minutes for the entire dish. So it's pretty damn fast and easy. I don't, COVID, sorry. Because this is my kitchen. It's terribly understocked. I don't even have a lid for this pot. That's how bad it is. So it's coming up to a boil now. I'm gonna cover it with my frying pan, and I'm gonna turn the heat down. I did have the heat on 5, like medium to high heat. I'm gonna turn it down to 3, and I'm gonna cook this for another 10 minutes. And then after the 10 minutes, we're gonna put the rest of this stuff in and we're gonna plate it up, okay? Okay, so we're back. This has been simmering now for 10 minutes, something like that. What I'm gonna do, sorry, COVID. It's gotten worse since I started doing this video. It's gotten worse. I'm not sure what's going on. I just took a potato out of the soup. I'm going to try to elegantly try my potato. Hot. The potato is cooked. Woo. Sorry. Potato's cooked. Not overcooked, but it's cooked. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna give the liquid a quick taste again as well, just to see what's going on here. Hot. That's good. I sound so surprised, eh? That's good. I can pick up the chili a little bit. That Danish jalapeno I can't taste, but I'm sure it's in there somewhere. The thickness is good. Everything's good. So I'm gonna go in with the corn. Go in with the juice and everything. Don't be shy. Goes in. I'm gonna go in with the seafood. I'm gonna wash my hands a little bit. I'm gonna give that a stir. And this is pretty thick. That's pretty thick, but I think it's gonna work out okay. That seafood doesn't need long to cook, but I think what I'm gonna do is, I think this is the first time I've made this in this way. So I'm guessing a little bit, but I think I'm gonna go in with the cream. And I don't know how much cream to use, so I'm just gonna kind of guess. This is a 500 ml thing that I used some for pancakes the other day, so there's a little bit missing. 1, 2, 3. I'll start with that. You can always add in more afterwards. So again, this is still on a low heat, kind of simmering. And the cream obviously has transformed it quite a lot. It's got a really nice hearty look about it now. I'll have another quick test to see if we maybe need more cream or not without burning my tongue, I hope. Funny, this is funny. I'm sharing too much maybe now, but in my house, I have buildings like right across the street. I don't know if people are looking in, but I don't like the idea of people looking in. So ever since I've lived here, those blinds are closed. They are never, ever open. And now they're like open for the first time in 5-6 years now. And it's like a whole new world. There's people out there and neighbors. I'm gonna put a little bit more cream in that. And again, you can put as much or as little in that you want. It's your soup, it's your deal, your thing. So I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna cover that again with my frying pan. And I'm gonna let that simmer for another 5-10 minutes, and then we're done and we'll plate up. Okay, we are back. That's coming off. What am I doing? I've got a little bit of confusion going on. Gonna give that a stir. looks nice. I don't have any garnish. I don't have anything to make it, hi. I don't have anything to make it sexy. I don't even have any nice bowls. I'm just gonna use that, but I don't care. There's enough here for probably about 5 people right now, and if you had some nice bread, I should have tasted that first actually. I don't know what I'm doing. I've got the confusion. If you got some nice bread, just a nice big piece of sourdough bread or something like that with this, and you can feed the whole family with this, no problem. And if you really wanted to, if you've got some fussy eaters in the family, if you really wanted to, you could blend that and turn it into just a creamy soup that doesn't have lots of bits in it. We're gonna have a taste. That's good. Got a little bit of chili. I'm gonna put a little bit more salt in that. So now that's three pinches. No, it's good. And like I said, I've never made this before. I made a bunch of changes to Jacques Pepin's original clam chowder recipe. But this is my point, is that we didn't have a strict recipe. We took, in total, I think that took 20 minutes of time to make a healthy meal for yourself or your family at a cheap price. You could freeze some of that down if you just lived on your own, or you could eat it for the next 2 or 3 days without having to worry about food type of thing. This is what I really like about this style of cooking. It's super easy, it's stress-free. You don't have to have your fridge full of shit. It's mostly just using stuff that you've already got and picking up a couple bits and pieces at Brookson or your other favorite grocery store. So that was New England clam chowder a la Jacques Pepin, a la Odense, a la Canada. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon for some more of these. I actually enjoyed that. It was fun to hang out with you. Okay, ciao.